Hello everybody, it's Patty here with episode 214. Today is February the 6th, 2023. On today's show, I have a whip to show you, I have haul, and I have knitting. So sit back and relax, grab your beverage of choice. I have leftover coffee, your craft of choice, and let's chat. So, how has everybody been since January 26th? I have been great. We traveled to Hawaii December 28th and spent a glorious month and a couple of days in Hawaii. We first started off on Oahu on Waikiki Beach. We went on the Star of Honolulu, which is a boat that travels up and down the Waikiki Beach area for New Year's Eve. They had a fireworks display at 12 o'clock, so that was awesome. That was a great fireworks display. And it was a dinner cruise, so there were Hawaiian dancing. We had surf and turf, which was very nice. They had both champagne and sparkling juice, I guess. Hubs had this champagne. I did not. I got an iced tea. It took them forever to get it to me, but that's another story. We celebrated my birthday. We celebrated his birthday. We went to his convention on the Big Island in Keahau, which is 6 miles out from Kona. We were able to rent a car in Kona, which was great. So I was able to go to to Quilt Passions, which is they have yarn, they have quilt fabric, and anything you need for quilting. And they have a very small supply of DMC and cross stitch patterns, and they had some fabric, Aida fabric, but I did not pick up any Aida fabric. I will show you what I did pick up later on. Let's see, what else? We had a really great time. It was very beautiful until we got to Kona. In this last couple of days that we were in Kona, it rained, which wasn't too bad. We had already seen everything we wanted to see. We had an oceanfront room, which I was really surprised about. It was beautiful. There were some really spectacular high surf, so we got some really great waves. We were able to see manta rays from our lanai, which is also a balcony. And we watched those. We even saw whales. They were too far off, and by the time you get the camera out to take their picture, they were gone. But yeah, it was really a good trip. We did decide that 3 weeks in Honolulu on Waikiki Beach is way too long. We didn't get a car, and traveling by taxi was expensive, so we pretty much stayed in that general vicinity. We were 2 blocks from the zoo and a block and a half from the ocean. So it was walkable. Things we wanted to do was very walkable. We had a great time. We do love Hawaii, and we go there every year. So yeah, until he retires. Because they have their convention on one of the islands, and we are now taking a month before the convention. But this month, or this last year, we just did 3 weeks before the convention. Next year, he wants to do a month before the convention, but we shall see. We shall see. So, anything else exciting? We had the littles on Sunday. We brought them back some toys and lollipops and cookies, and they had a really great time. And the littlest man did not take a nap, and by the time his parents got here, he was ready. He was kind of grouchy, but he handled it. They were able to get him to calm down. And for the first time, he came up to me and I looked down at him and I love you, Grandma. Oh, what did you just say? And so I picked him up and he said it again, and boy, did he get some smoochies and hugs. And then he ran over and said it to Grandpa, and Grandpa was like, oh, too, and it was great. I mean, little man says it lots, but littlest man, that was the first time, and it was perfect. It was perfect. Let's see. I've decided to wait until this coming Thursday before I go see my mom to make sure that I didn't catch anything. And so far, there's been nothing. We were fortunate. We didn't catch anything on the way down. And I don't think we caught anything on the way back. So, yay. Yeah. But, other than that, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. Okay, guys. I'm going to give you some really exciting numbers here. So, one bad thing is I only finished one project in 2022. That's right, one project. I still can't believe it was only one project, but that's what it was. So, at the end of 2021, on Fright Night, I had finished 126,988 stitches. In 22, I finished 21 pages, and I don't have how many stitches I completed, but I have how many stitches are totally completed. So, at the end of 2022, all of the stitches that were completed on Fright Night was 220,638 stitches. That's a lot. So, in January, I ended up finishing 4 pages. And when I got home, I finished another page. So far, I have 5 pages done. Would you like to see what it looks like now? If you are on Whip Warriors, you have seen kind of what it looks like, because I did take a picture. Sorry, I dropped that. I'll get it later. I did take a picture of my starting for the focus on February focus. And I have to take its picture when I'm done talking to you guys for the end. But, okay. I will first show you the whole thing. So here we are. Look at that. This is where we're at. And this, my friends, is a page and a quarter. That is all that is left on Fright Night. A page and a quarter. So, yes, it's exciting. I tell you, I cannot believe that I am that close to being done with this. I am so close. My goal, so I will go on to plans, is I'm going to work on this today. And then on Tuesday, I will start my rotation again. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to stitch on this week, but it's definitely going to be Fright Night. I will start working on it at night and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm really hoping that by the end of February that will be done, and it should be done. I should be able to get another page and a quarter done by the end of the month, because it is only the 6th, right? So I can do it. I can do it. I have every confidence in myself to get it done. So, yay! That was my stitching, part of my plans. I do have my Mira. I'll show you that since we are talking plans. So my monthly Mira for February is Moon Fairy, or Fairy Moon, sorry. It's Fairy Moon. And I am stitching Fairy Moon on, let me see. This is 32 count Vintage Stormy Lugana. And this is where I'm at. So I won't work on her until next Monday, but I will go ahead and show you. This is where I'm starting at. Oh, I think that's so beautiful. Okay. I'm also have decided that I'm not going to do a monthly mirror for January anymore, because here it is, year 2 of doing, or no, this is year 3. So year 2 and year 3, I did not touch my mirror. I didn't even bring it with me. So it seems to me that that's kind of a waste of a space. So I have pulled, and it was the Baker's Wife is what my January stitch is supposed to be. So I pulled the Baker's Wife out, and if I get any of these other mirrors, my monthly mirrors done, I will move the Baker's Wife into that position, and she will just take that until she's done. I also am maybe reworking my mirrors, because I am getting burnt out on doing the same thing, same month, you know, for 3 years now. This is the 3rd year I've done this. So they may get reworked. I'm not quite sure how, but they might. But stay tuned. When I know, you'll know. Okay, so I did some knitting while I was in Hawaii, and I brought 2 different colors of cotton to knit washcloths with. So I finished these. Okay, and here's another one. These I knit 2 of them right away, or knit 3 of them right away. I knit the small one to put my drinks on, and then 2 other ones so I could wash dishes, because all I had was a sponge. So I knit these 2 really quick, and they were for washing the dishes in Hawaii. And then I just finished this one. It didn't get used. So exciting. Then I had some, I brought this with me, and it's kind of a, kind of got some rough to scrub scrubbing pads. So I made this one. And then I used some leftover of this and this. So this is the other color I brought. And then when I was in Kona, I went to Quilt Passions, picked up some more. So here is the last washcloth I knit in Hawaii. So I did a lot of washcloths in Hawaii, because they don't take very long to do. I also took my knit night hat with me, and here it is. So this is a 50% cashmere and 50% Kiviot, and I finished it. And it fits nicely. It's very cute. And I still have some left over, so I might do like 10 stitch thin scarf with whatever's left. But here we are. Very exciting. I did work on my wave socks, and of course I had to mess those up again. I mean, this is like the 3rd time I've messed up these socks. So the first sock has a nice heel across the foot. So yeah, that one's done. This one, I don't think I did the heel right, because it's a lot different from this one. So I'm going to have to rip it out and figure out what I did wrong. But here we are. Sock. So I will work on those later. And this is Sock It To Me in a puzzle colorway. I lost it. Oh, here it is. So and this is by the Elon Company. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there. Okay. But if I have to tear both of these out, I'm getting rid of the yarn. Because that's about where I'm at. Okay. So then, I told you I went to Quilt Passions. I went to Quilt Passions. We got to Kona on Friday. I went to Quilt Passions on Saturday, and their parking lot was so full, and all the parking lots around it were so full that I had to go back to the hotel. They were closed Sunday, so Monday I went, And there was parking galore. They said that they had a knitting group on Saturday, and that's why it was so full. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I needed to buy 2 skeins of DMC because I completely ran out of 2 skeins. I went ahead and picked up 5 because I cut one of the skeins wrong that I had already had. I accidentally cut it wrong, so I was running out of that floss. I was getting close to running out of the black and close to running out of a couple other colors, so I picked up the colors I was close to running out of, and I picked up this one. This is the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. This is a hotel that is on Waikiki Beach, and it's been there since 1927 it was completed. This is called the Pink Palace of the Pacific, and it is still there. Let's see, who has it now? Let's see. I think it said. So it says it was the 2nd largest hotel following the Moana Hotel that was built 26 years earlier. But it doesn't say. Oh, this is interesting. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, it was occupied by the U.S. military. In '69, it was included on the Historic Hawaiian Foundation. The Royal Hawaiian Hotel was restored to its former splendor and is once again a favored destination for many island visitors. Now, I have never stayed here, but I have walked through it. I've even walked, along the beach of it. So it's exciting. And I figured, since this is the last pattern that I am buying for the year 2023, that, yeah, this would be very appropriate. So I'm really happy with this purchase. And it was only $5.95. And this is from Francis L. Johnson Designs. So it's very cool. And I have one of her other ones that I did, and that was that little Hawaii one that I did a long time ago. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. The other purchases I did, I ordered 2 things of fabric. Sorry for the crinkling here. I haven't taken them out of the bag. They are both Fox and Rabbit, and they're both 36 count. This one is prehistoric. And this one is Winter Wren. I was not expecting Winter Wren to be so dark. These I had in mind for redoing Cottage Garden samplings, The Year in the Woods. So I have 2 more from Extrude Designs coming, and I'll see what they look like. And I also did a fabric of the month for 3 months with Extrude, and that one starts in March. But I'm hoping that the other 2 things of fabric will get here this week, and I can decide out of those 4 fabrics which one I want to do The Year in the Woods. And I'm not going to start The Year in the Woods until I at least get Fright Night done and maybe something else done. I'm not quite sure what, but I want to get at least 2 done before I start anything. So, looking around, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about. I want to thank you if you are a new viewer and came in to check me out. I hope that you will stay because you enjoyed what I showed you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week and even putting up with my month-long hiatus. It was very unintentional. Really, it was. I really hoped that the uploads would have been faster there at the condo, but it was not. And of course, in hotels, they're never very good either. So, yeah, I hope you will join me next week. And I hope that you are staying safe, healthy, and happy. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I will see you next Monday. Bye, guys.